Hello everyone, welcome. Okay. Just figuring things out. Okay, now send. Cool. So in the previous one we just did the prologue, and hopefully this time we can do chapter 1. I'm hoping. Okay. Right, let's see. Okay. Hi Risu, welcome! I'm still not sure which character to go for. I mean, I think I can only play up until chapter 3 or something. Anyway, let me double check that. But, you know, to see like the scenes up to that point type of thing. Where is it? There we go. So... Oh, no, that's not it. Let's see. Yeah, chapter 3. End of chapter 3 is what I'm allowed to stream. Hi Nanomi, welcome! I'm just waiting a little bit for people to appear. I have got this really annoying backache / stomachache today, and I'm really confused why. Not that you guys wanted to know, but it's really annoying. Kind of like, I don't know if this is what heartburn is. I've never had, I think I've had heartburn once, or what I'm guessing was heartburn. I don't actually know what heartburn feels like, but is it like some weird feeling in your stomach? Or I know it typically happens more in like meat eaters. I haven't watched the bit of the last stream yet, so I go in without context, so then I think it's usually... Let me briefly explain to those who have not watched the previous one. There are these pretty boys, and something happened in this like fun fair place, carnival, whatever you call it. And the staff, a bunch of them, are all like tied, imprisoned where the carnival goes, and they have like these little chains around their necks. It's actually quite dark. Hi Keiki, welcome. Alright, I am here, we can start. Welcome, Fancy. Yeah, I do usually give it a moment. But yes, it's a carnival. The pretty boys are tied up to the carnival. Oh no, we need to figure something out because the main character happens to be a lovely witch. Yeah, that's kind of like the vibe so far. Do let me know if you can or can't hear the music, if I'm too loud, so that I can adjust the settings. The most embarrassing thing is like I'm muted and no one noticed, you know. Hi Kennedy, welcome! But yeah, do let me know. Okay, so now that you're one of us, there are a few things we ought to go over. Take a look around you. Okay? I did so. I saw pastel attractions, automatons behind counters, and of course a prominent fountain. What exactly am I looking for? Don't blink now. Monsieur Hugo snapped his fingers, and Irisu, they try very hard to implement French in this, so you may get a good giggle, I don't know. I didn't blink. What? There was a flash of light and suddenly everything was gone. Only the menage and the automatons remained. What just happened?
ここは魔法でできた遊園地でね。園長である俺の意志で消すことができるんだ。
This is a magic amusement park, and I am its director. I can manifest or erase it on a whim, which explains why it looked like such permanent structures despite it being a mobile amusement park. Okay, now it makes all the sense. The text talk animation is nice. It's pretty, isn't it?
実在するもの以外はだけれど。
Oh, thank you, Keiki. I love it how it makes this noise. That's really sweet of you, Keiki. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. I am almost there. I'm so excited. He gestured to the Manege and automatons.
遊園地を自在に出し入れできるなんて便利なようだけれど、現実も幻想もすべて一緒に動く必要がある。だから、俺たちの行動は制限されているんだ。マネージと行けるところは限られているからね。
So I didn't read that bit, did I? Snapping the park in and out of existence is rather convenient, but reality does not abide by the laws of illusion. Our freedom is hindered by physical limitations. The Manege can only be carted so far. I see. So there are rules. He shrugged. Yeah, and how do you pronounce Manege? I'm pronouncing it in probably the most English way possible. That certainly sounds complicated. Reality and fiction are all merging together in one place. It sounds like something out of a storybook. It must be hard having to live it, though. I'll do everything I can to awaken my magic and free you all. I promise.
ありがとう。そう言ってもらえて嬉しいよ。
I truly appreciate you saying that. The director smiled softly before snapping his fingers again. Whee!
じゃあ、早速だけれど、君の中に眠る魔法を覚醒させてみようか。
It makes me laugh. It's the Nintendo announcements and like that the old guy. Is he like the CEO? I know he's someone important. I always forget who he is, and he's like. I'm always like screaming cringe at the screen. And yet I just did it myself. So what does that say about me? I want you to stream it so fast. I feel like I'm doing this more for me. Okay, Keith. I will definitely stream it the moment I get the Hello Kitty Island adventure. For sure. That's very sweet though. Beautiful voice he has. He does. Now, shall we do something about that magic inside you? Already? I hadn't expected it to happen so soon.
ああ、ごめんね。心の準備がまだだったかな。
Pardon me, too sudden? Monsieur Hugo peered down at me with concern. I'm not quite sure, really. I'd like some time. No, I'm okay. I don't know what to go for, because I don't really have anything in mind. I feel like if you know what otome games are like, you pick I'd like some time and all of a sudden it's a bad ending because you missed the opportunity and uh-oh. You know what I mean? Where'd Bertie go? He was here like literally a moment ago, but how do I save? This isn't like the automate saving mode. Okay, quick save. To be honest, save as well because I haven't saved here yet. Okay. I very much have Queen Elizabeth I syndrome, so I'd like some time. I'd like some time to settle my nerves first. He nodded sympathetically.
君の不安はよくわかるよ。7年も眠っていた魔法を起こすわけだからね。
I understand. It's something you've gone without for 7 years. Jack, so basically the thing behind. So Manege means right, okay. Oh, what's the premise of this game? Sorry, I've been MIA in the otome news. This game is called Genso Manege, or however you pronounce that in English. And the premise is there's this main character. She seems to, like, her parents died, obviously, because main characters of otome games, you know, their parents are always dead. She's ended up with this family who take good care of her, and she one day this Manege like amusement park comes along and she goes to visit it. And then she touches the menage, the carousel, and the blinding white light flashes before her eyes. And then this random guy, Monsieur Hugo, appears and is like, oh, you're a witch, you need to help us because, oh dear lord, they're all stuck to the amusement park and can't escape. I have a hard time explaining how to say it, so I left an audio in Discord. Okay, I'll go listen to it. I'd like some time, never gets back to the problem. I need some time for everything, it's a bad habit of mine.
でも、あまり時間がないんだ。もう少しで開演時間になる。来演者がいる中でやるわけにはいかないからね。
Just know that we don't have long before the gates open. We don't want any prying eyes from the guests. Right, the public can't see me using magic. Okay, I'm ready. So that whole conversation was the most pointless thing ever. Oh.
君は無意識の
Sorry guys, ruining the mood, yes, but I'm just curious what happens if I pick the other option. Oh, that's an interesting story. Is it PG or R-rated? I don't actually know. I think it's not like that old people rated. Old people rated? What does that even mean? I answered as firmly as I could.
いい返事だね。
Seems like the right answer. I'm just gonna go
君の
with
魔
that.
法を覚醒させるために、僭越ながら俺がエスコートさせてもらうよ。
He winked.
君は無
Cute.
意識のうちに魔法の力を眠らせている。それを少しずつゆっくりと起こしていこう。
That is really pretty. Simple but pretty, you know. Subconsciously, you've put your past to sleep. What we're going to do is slowly but surely wake them up.
目を閉じて集中して自分の内に秘めた魔法に意識を向けるんだ。
Close your eyes and concentrate. Find where you've stowed that magic inside you. Keiki's hoping it's R-rated so that it's really
何
dark.
か感じるかい？
Can you feel it? There's a light. I can see it.
それは目覚める可能性がある魔法だね。さあ、手で触れて集めてみて。
Welcome, Heart of Bellimoon. And I know, right? She was so pretty. The color palette burns my eyes. What? Oh dear lord. Oh no. Gameplay, this is gonna go awfully. I can feel it. It's gonna be like Psychedelic of the Black Butterfly. Use the right stick, left stick, or touch screen. I wish. As many fragments of magical light as you can within the time limit. Hi, Ada Bunny, welcome.
いつも通りの君で大丈夫だよ。
いつも通りの君で大丈夫だよ。Oh god, what's going on? Oh my god, I forgot there's a bit of a
そ
lag.
のまま続けて。
Gee, what is this? This is actually kind of hard. Figure of eight.
魔法の光を捉えるんだ。
魔法の光を捉えるんだ。Was that good enough? I don't know. Oh, I got a perfect score. See, I'm a genius at this game. Oh, dear me, stars. I didn't know there was a mini game. You can't complain when you've been begging for more gameplay in otome. You're so right, Irisu. Lily, it's not that job. How are you liking this one, Lily? It's so far fun. But then again, I enjoy playing otome games when it's like on streams and stuff. Because it's like with everyone, you know? Hugo cheering you on. Bless him. He knows it's a hopeless case. I got perfect though. Ah, the light's gone.
集中力が切れてしまったようだね。無理もない。とても繊細な作業だから。
You must have lost focus. It's not your fault. This is very delicate work.
最後に集めた魔法を目覚めさせよ
う。Let's awaken what you've gathered, shall we?
魔法が中心にまとまった瞬間にタイミングよく刺激するんだ。うまくいけば覚醒するはずだよ。
To do this, you must be precise. When you feel the magic coalesced into your very cool, call out to it. Oh boy, what does this involve? I'll try. I completely forgot that there's this weird minigame thing going on. Oh my god, okay. Touch the screen or tap the A button when the two stars outlines overlap to awaken your magical power. The amount of magic you gathered in the first stage will affect the second stage's difficulty. Ah, right, okay. I got A rank. It's not S, but it's alright. Is it like sympathy kiss type of rating? Can we let me dream? I would love it if a game like this was like R-rated. The like contrast would make it so much better, you know? Some of these sentences can be read some type of way. Right? I'm finished. I don't feel very different though.
それはそうだよ。魔法をわずかに覚醒させただけだからね。実感はないかもしれない。でも完璧だったよ。初めてで成功させるなんて君はすごいな。ご褒美は何がいい？キスでいいかな。
Oh my god, he's a bit of a player, isn't he? I think you deserve a reward. Maybe a kiss? A what?
まだ早かったかな?
No, perhaps another time. But he said hayakatta kana, which is kind of like he's looking at her like she's a bit more like a child or something. Because hayakatta kana is kind of like, oh, perhaps it was a bit early for you type of thing, you know? Only after I'd heard his childish laugh did it hit me that he was teasing. So he has a playful side, duly noted.
魔法は時間をかけてゆっくり覚醒させていこう。地道な作業だから焦りが出るかもしれないけれど、無理は禁物だよ。
It will take time to awaken your magic. At times it may feel tedious, but the process mustn't be rushed. Yes, of course. Thank goodness, that's one less thing to worry about. This subject had always weighed heavily on my mind compared to my other concerns. I could feel the tension leaving my shoulders. You know an awful lot about magic. Is there another witch you're acquainted with?
いや、霊部から解放される方法を探すうちに自然と詳しくなったんだ。
The
いろい
first
ろな書物を読んだりしてね。
It's the gap in my head. If this game was full of yanderes, I'd be so happy. No, I've simply picked up on a good deal as I've researched ways to free us from the rev. What's a
これほど
rev?
の知識を身につけるまで長い道のりだったな。
My knowledge is the culmination of many a lengthy volume. That makes sense. The reason I'm here must be because he's tried everything else. I feel no romantic chemistry. I feel like he gives off a bit too much of like Guardian vibes, maybe. Monsieur Hugo stared off into the distance. His elegant smile soon returned though.
さて、そろそろ遊園地の裏側に案内しよう。契約の話もあるし、他のスタッフにも君を紹介しないとね。
Anyway, allow me to show you around behind the scenes. We've a contract to discuss and staff to introduce you to.
さあ、マドモアゼル、こちらへ。
If you'll follow me, mademoiselle. Thank you. I followed closely behind. Is Hugo the kind of adoptive bro? I think he's just like the director of this place and he's kind of helping her get to grips with things. Rev, like revving the engine. I kept on seeing it as like rave. Oh, that's right. Shortly after we'd left the menage, I remembered something very important. May I ask a question?
一つでいいのかい？君の質問にならいくつでも答えるよ。
Only one? No need to limit yourself. His perpetual eloquence was something I would have to get used to. Thank you, but just one is enough for now.
そう。それで聞きたいことというのは？
As you wish. How can I help? It's about your menage. Are you aware of any music boxes based on its likeness?
オルゴール？
Music boxes? He tilted his head in thought. I'm referring to one my late father gave me before he passed. It looks just like the menage here. It's not just a passing resemblance either.
そういうものがあるとは知らなかった。
I had no idea such a thing existed. I feel like he did.
少なくともうちでは作っていないから、誰かが真似て作ったものだろうね。
We certainly don't sell them, so perhaps someone was simply inspired by us. My father must have been. He was always a skilled craftsman.
そうか。
He was he? I've hit a dead end. If Monsieur Hugo never knew my father, then it all must have been a coincidence. I was certain there would have been some kind of connection, but I suppose that had all been wishful thinking. I apologize. I didn't mean to pry. It was just on my mind. It'd be cool if the game suddenly glitched and like all the colors and stuff became bleaky and it gave us a glimpse of something. I would love that. I am always for any otome game, VN, anything that is like kind of dodgy, you know? That is like my vibe. Used to be a scenario writer. Hi Black Rose, welcome. They do need to hire you, Keiki.
いや、気になることがあれば何でも聞いてくれて構わないよ。
It's quite alright.
さっきも言った通り、いくつでも答えるからね。
Please continue to ask away and I'll gladly answer what I can. He smiled at me. We'd only just met and yet I felt an oddly familiar sense of calm wash over me. Conversations have never been my strong suit, but something about him is so inviting. Here we are. Before long, we'd arrived at a large tent-like building. I timidly stepped inside. The interior was many times larger than I'd anticipated. It had been furnished with all the essentials of a workplace: desks, tables, and shelves.
ようこそ遊園地の裏側へ。
Welcome to where the magic happens.
余計な気遣いかもしれないが、執務テントと説明した方が理解しやすいだろう。
I believe it may be more succinctly described as the administrative tent. I've got to put the voice on, he just sounds so serious. The tall man I'd met the day prior quipped back at Monsieur Hugo.
少し夢のある言い方をしてみたのさ。
Haha, I'm only adding a little flair.
まったくあなたは。
An unnecessary complication.
エマ、紹介するよ。彼はセルジュ。レイブの経理を担当している。
Allow me to introduce you, Emma. This is Serge, our head of finances. Of course he's head of finances. Not Otto. Pleased to meet you. I'm Emma. I suppose we'll be co-workers from now on. Also, what's his actual name sound like?
エマ、紹介するよ。彼はセルジュ。レイブの経理を担当している。
Serge. I don't know.
セルジュだ。ヒューゴから話は聞いている。
So I've heard. Call me Serge. Serge's expression was stone-like as he pulled a sheet of paper from the desk. Minato's VAR. Oh my god, and Ellie in game cover is all cutest and seems innocent. The moment you open the box of physical cartridge, it's like all creepy. That would literally be my dream come true kind of game, you know, like red and purple, really dark vibes inside, but super cutesy and pastel on the outside. Just, so good.
労働契約書を用意しておいた。書面の内容を確認してサインをしてくれ。
I've compiled the terms of your employment here. Please read it thoroughly before signing. Right, okay. The man's businesslike demeanor quickly revived the anxiety I'd only just rid myself of. Monsieur Hugo patted him on the back.
笑顔を忘れているよ、セルジュ。女の子にはにこやかに接しないと。
Remember what we talked about smiling, Serge? Women like a friendly face.
仰せのままに。
If you insist. The edges of... Oh! Oh my god, look at his little face. The edges of his lips twisted up into the shape of a smile. They really need to hire me. I'll move to Japan for it. Japan's a bit of a sinking ship at the moment though, at least in my opinion anyway. A smile it was, technically in the most generous sense. I hate to be rude, but this somehow makes me even more uncomfortable.
何か?
Is something the matter? No, nothing.
君は期待を裏切らないね。
You never disappoint.
何を笑っているんだ、ヒューゴ。あなたがこうしろと言ったんだろう。
Did I ask what's so funny, Hugo? I'm only doing what you asked. You, really don't have to force yourself on my account.
そうか。なら、元に戻させてもらう。
Is that so? Very well.
もうおしまいか。残念だな。
I think I watched Madoka Magica, I think. Or have I can't remember. I've watched like so many magical girl type. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if I have watched that one. His name is Serge? Yeah, in Japanese it's Sergio. I'm guessing it's like some sort of French name, I don't know. But, like, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, is it over already? Serge returned to his stoicism, much to the director's great disappointment.
契約書はこれだ。
Here's your contract. I think Lily doesn't like scary stuff. I don't like jump scares. I like scary stuff, but not jump scares. I took the paper and scanned over it. Much of the language was difficult to pass, but I managed to decipher the main points. It's kind of like Serge. I am not going to be able to keep that up. Why is French so frustrating with the pronunciations? They always gotta overcomplicate everything. Either that or we've oversimplified it also. Our mouths are all lazy. But yeah, I like scary, just not jump scares. That's why I really enjoy horror novels. As long as it's like realistic. It has to be realistic horror. Like Stephen King's magical horror doesn't really scare me that much, like at all, to be honest. I would only be employed for the time the Rev was present in Blankberg. Magic was to be practiced before opening and after closing. The rest of my time could be used at my own discretion. What does my own discretion mean? Hi Lenny, welcome! It's okay, I know you've got a lot of work.
ここで過ごしてもいいし、家に帰ってもいい。どう時間を使うかはあなたの自由だ。
You may stay at the park or return home. Simply use your time however you see fit. I'm being paid though, aren't I? It hardly seems fair that all I do is practice magic.
だが、そういう契約だ。違ったか、ヒューゴ。
Those were the terms. Were they not, Hugo?
いや、合っているよ。君には魔法の覚醒に専念してもらいたいんだ。
Nah, I will be hopefully streaming more on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I just feel like I have been neglecting the otome side of things a lot recently. So hopefully I'll be back with more. That is correct. I'd like for your full attention to be on awakening your magic. I see. I have to head back to work soon, but screw work. No, not really. You're always so busy with work. I mean, I suppose the timing is that I tend to stream when it's like work time in America. The arrangement didn't sit right with me, even if that was technically what I'd agreed to. He may insist, but still. Isn't there a way I could help with work around the park?
魔法の覚醒と遊園地の仕事
You
ど
intend
ちらもやるつもりかい
you intend to juggle both responsibilities? If I'm going to be working here, I'd like to be of some use at least. If that's okay.
いや負担にならないのなら素敵な提案だよ
As long as it
あーでも制服が
As long as it doesn't impede your progress with magic, I say it's a splendid idea. You would need a uniform though.
それなら問題ない。用意がある。
Not to worry, I planned ahead. Cute! I wish I could change my whole wardrobe into pink, but unfortunately, it's so hard to get like pink colors that work together because there's so many tones, there's so many shades. I'm not gonna lie though, I found a new appreciation for the Uniqlo plain t-shirts. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was always like plain t-shirts, but they go with so many different things. They work so well as like a staple. So as long as the skirt is nice and cute, just wear a plain top from Uniqlo that's whatever color, because there's so many colors, and it works. So yeah. Serge swiftly retrieved a uniform from a dresser. The majority of the uniform was a beautiful white and pink affair, patterned with stars that contrasted brightly against the colours. It even came with a matching cap and boots. It looks like the most recent Infinity Nikki 4-star outfit. It's beautiful.
別にあなたのために用意しておいたわけじゃない。常に不測の事態に備えているだけだ。
It was not made for you, to clarify. We keep spares on hand at all times.
さすがセルジュ君の用意周到さにはいつも頭が下がるよ
You have a plan for everything, Serge. What would I do without you? I like the heat tech from Uniqlo. I did consider getting tights from there. I'm not really a Uniqlo girl, if I'm to be completely honest, because everything is way too simple and casual for me. But those t-shirts do work really well with everything. I'm kind of impressed. So I've got like 3 now. I've got like a dark pink, a grass green, and a pale pink. And now I can finally wear the skirts and shorts that I could not wear because they're pink, but I had nothing that went with them because they're like patterned. And you know how patterned and patterned just does not work.
あなたの期待に応えるのが
It is my job
私
to
の仕
never
事だから
disappoint. Serge handed me the clothes, then set about amending the contract.
これで要件は満たしたか問題がなければ契約書にサインを
This should be everything. If so, please sign here. Thank you. I gave the contract one last look before signing my name. Yeah, they're more for just base. That's the thing. Kinda need that base and then have the pattern thing. Hi Brittany, welcome! I've been hearing a lot about those Uniqlo shirts these days. Oh, okay, so I'm not the only one. I'm kind of glad. I thought I was being like a bit behind the times or something. I don't know.
確認したこれであなたはレーブの正式な一員だ
Consider your paperwork processed. Welcome to the Rev.
来てくれてありがとうエマ改めて君を歓迎するよ
Thank you again for what you're doing, Emma. We welcome you with open arms. I'm glad to be here. It's like 10 feet snow here. Oh god. You know, fun story, because where my grandmother lives right now is in Aizu, Fukushima. At the moment, it's sort of like that too. I can't remember how. I think it was actually 9 feet snow or something. And I've seen the pictures and oh my god, it looks rough. Lucky you. I'm guessing that's sarcasm. But yeah, take care. I imagine it's quite rough. I'm glad to be here. I bowed to them. Monsieur Hugo then exchanged glances with Serge. The latter nodded back before looking to the door.
クララ近くにいるんだろ
Are you there,
入
Clara?
ってきてくれないか
Come in, please. The way he speaks makes it hard to kind of gauge when he's finished. Also random, but there's been channels getting hacked from Bitcoin scams, so be careful. Oh dear God, okay. Thank you for the warning. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. A girl I recognized entered. It's the woman I met at the gate.
こんにちは。昨日会ったわよね。受付を担当してるクラだよ。
Hey there, I think we met yesterday, didn't we? I'm Clara. I run things at the front. I'm Emma. I look forward to working with you.
彼女もスタッフとして働くことになった。
Oh yeah, because I'm a snowboarder.
部屋を貸してもらえるか。
I never get any snow, so for me, any snow. To be honest, yeah, I think last year we got a little bit of snow, but it didn't settle, if I remember correctly. I mean, it's nice when you're indoors, I guess, but it comes with its cons. She's the newest addition to our staff. Could you lend her your room to change in?
魔法の訓練だけじゃなくて遊園地の仕事もしてくれるの？
Wait, I thought she was only here for magic practice. She's working too?
内容はまだ決まっていないけれどね。やりたいと彼女から申し出てくれたんだ。
The details have yet to be hammered out, but yes, it was her idea.
へえ、あなたって優しいのね。
Well, you're one of the good ones, huh? Snow in Europe. Yeah, I think France and England don't really get... I think Germany gets some serious snow though. It's funny, isn't it? Because England is sort of on the same kind of as Germany, but because of like the warmer winds, we tend to have it a lot more mild. Oh my god, what's happened? Okay, sorry, it just like went off. I'm useless when it comes to magic right now, so I want to do what I can in the meantime.
気に入ったわ。私の部屋はこっちよ。ついてきて。
I think I like you. Come here, I'll show you into my room. Clara grinned from ear to ear. I held my uniform to my chest and followed her out.
これでよしと。
Not Germany where I am, but I think in the north and south. Ah. I just remember going to Berlin in winter and not realizing how much colder it is compared to like where I lived at the time. And I was just wearing tights with my boots, and Jesus did I regret it. I had to go out and buy socks from like a store nearby because my toes were like, I felt like they're gonna fall off. Jesus. And that'll do it.
うんうん。髪型も帽子の位置もバッチリね。
Hair check, cap perfect, looking good. You think so? Oh, she looks adorable.
大丈夫大丈夫。とっても可愛いわ。じゃあ戻りましょうか。
I know so. You're adorable. Ready to head back? Yeah. It's definitely cold, yeah. Donned in my new clothes, I followed Clara as she stepped out of her tent. Each of the staff apparently had one of their own. Does Japan get snow? Yeah, like where my grandmother lives right now, it's like 9 feet snow, I think? When I was there, fortunately not. I think the last time I was in Japan during winter was in 2019. So like literally right before COVID. And yeah, it did snow then, but it wasn't like 9 feet snow. It was just like 1 foot maybe. France does get some snow. I just live in of the town with microclimate from the Atlantic Ocean, which for some scientific reason I don't understand makes it really unlikely. I think it's the warm winds that blows down, because like where you live in England is quite close, isn't it? I think. Hey Beach, hope you're doing it. Hi Vince, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing okay, thank you. How about you? Each of the staff apparently had one of their own. Meals and showers were shared, but living spaces were separate. Thank you for your help, Clara.
お礼なんていいわよ。大したことはしてないし。それと、私のことはクララでいいわ。
Don't mention it. Oh, and there's no need to be so stiff around me.
というか、ヒューゴさんとセルジュさん以外はみんな呼び捨てで大丈夫よ。年も近いだろうし。
Or any of that for that matter. Other than Serge and the director, our ages probably aren't that far apart.
あなた年は
9 foot meant literally, yeah, like it gets really bad. I mean, Japan is pretty good for skiing, let's just put it that way. Especially like where my grandmother is, like you'd go skiing and stuff in the mountains. And it's even more rare now with the climate change. Yeah, it's just so warm now. It definitely snows a lot less. How old are you, by the way? 17.
本当私も17よ
Really?
同い年ね
Me too. Clara's eyes lit up.
レイブの女子は私だけだったからあなたが来てくれてよかった
I've been the only girl around here, so I can't tell you how nice this will be having you around.
これから仲良くしてねエマそれと敬語も必要ないから
We're gonna be good friends, Emma. That means no being stiff. Right, yeah. I'd like that, Clara. Mm-hmm.
じゃあ最初のお仕事よ頑張ってね
Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of why I'm glad my grandmother is now in like a care home, because obviously with my mum and aunt both living in Europe, we can't always be there, and so it would have been really dangerous for her. I've been tired of snow despite my name, the snowboarder. You got a point. I think it's one of those things where like for example, I love rain, but if it rains every day, I'm like, oh, can we have some sun now? Like you get a bit fed up of it, but snow is extreme because there's so much hard work that comes with it, so I can sort of see why. Now, time for your first job. Break a leg. Clara gave me a gentle push on the back as soon as we made it back to the administrative tent. Huh? What job? Oh, Bunny! Oh, the one on the right is the one that I'm kind of curious about. I looked around the room, which now included people I'd yet to meet.
みんな、紹介するよ。今日からレイブで働く新しい仲間だ。
Everyone, let's give a warm welcome to our new member of the Rev.
自己紹介をお願いできるかな、マドモアゼル。
Care to introduce yourself, mademoiselle? Right. My name is Emma, and I'll be working with you all starting today. I'm technically a witch, but I can't use magic yet. I intend to help out while I get a handle on it. For as long as you're in Blankberg, at least, I'm going to do everything in my power to free you all. Despite how clumsy it was, my introduction garnered scattered applause. Can't say I have to do that very often. My heart's still pounding. I let out a sigh to cut my nerves. Why is my throat being really annoying? I keep on like glitching almost. I let out a sigh to calm my nerves. Meanwhile, the rabbit stepped forward and bowed.
僕の名前はリオン。短い間だけどよろしくね、エマさん。
My name is Leon. I hope we'll get to know each other while you're here, Emma.
ああ、僕の方が年下だと思うから呼び捨てで敬語は使わなくて大丈夫だよ。
Oh, and I'm probably younger than you, so no need to treat me like I'm your superior or anything. Really? Okay then. It's nice to meet you, Leon. He's kind of cute, even though I don't know what he looks like. Never been to snow, as I always went to warmer climates. Even in Italy when I was there, it was so hot. Ugh. I really want like hot climate. And the thing is, sometimes even England can get like relatively hot, if you know what I mean. And because the houses are built to keep the heat in, it feels really hot. And there's so many people complaining about it, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Because it makes me think of like summer holidays. Honestly, from the VA lines, this game seems to be quite accessible to play in Japanese. It used quite a lot of slice of life shoujo type of language, so I feel like it's quite easy to catch. Yeah, I can sort of see that. I can see that, Erisu. I heard Japan has a heat wave. Yeah, it can get really hot, like ridiculously so. People die. Likewise. He must really love his job if he's already in costume. Do you think he's stuck in his costume? Like that's his curse? That'd be interesting. Here's one I'm curious about. Next to him was the boy who'd performed yesterday, scowling in a most displeased manner. Is he gonna be the Tsunboy?
グリエだ。
Names. Okay, so like I know it's clear or whatever, but like you could read it as crier, and that kind of makes me want to call him that. Japanese people are tough. I think everyone can be tough. It's just your body isn't used to whatever temperature. It's a bit like I remember going to Indonesia, and for the first week, like everyone was half dying from the heat. But then you get into the habit of drinking water and your body gets used to it, and it's not so big of a deal anymore. It's kind of like that. Heat waves and earthquakes don't bother them. Yeah. I suppose the earthquakes, you do kind of get used to them when you've got like small tremors all the time. I don't think anyone gets used to or doesn't get bothered by the big ones though. The tsun. Name's Kriya. And that was it for his introduction. I'm so curious about this one. Honestly, in French, Kriya means screams. Why did they pick that then when this is supposed to be like a French kind of vibe? Indonesia, take me there. Honestly, Brittany, it's really not worth being envious of because I went there for like sort of research field trip type of thing. And we had to live in these very frugal huts. To flush the toilet, you needed to use a bucket of water, and you were only allowed 3 buckets of water to wash yourself every day. And the insects are like triple, quadruple the size of the insects I'm used to. It would have been nice as a holiday, but like for what I went there for, I think I wouldn't have minded it also if I wasn't stuck with these like bitchy girls. Like girl friendship groups are such a pain in the ass, and the one that I was in, one of the girls really didn't like me, and it drove me nuts. Field trip, my field trip in college is going to Canadian prison. That sounds interesting though. So basically like California, water shortage. Is that what's happening there right now? I get the feeling he doesn't like me.
業務について不明な点があれば、私かヒューゴに聞いてくれ。
Seek out either me or Hugo should you have any questions pertaining to your duties. I will. I've been to Philippines, I know what you mean.
もう間もなく開演の時刻だ。各自、準備を再開してくれ。
We'll be opening shortly. All present, resume preparation.
はい。
On it! They promptly vacated the tent. Serge returned to his desk and set about working on some documents. What now? As my eyes wandered for something to do, they met with Monsieur Hugo's. He smiled back cheerfully.
タイミングがなくて言えていなかったけれど、
I missed my opportunity to say this, but allow me to anyway.
その制服とてもよく似合っている。髪型も可愛いね。
You look lovely in that uniform. Your hair suits it perfectly. Thank you. Clara helped me tie it up.
清潔感があってスタッフにふさわしいね。そんな素敵な君に早速仕事をお願いしてもいいかな。
You certainly look the part of a park employee. I think you're ready for work, don't you? I do.
みんなの仕事ぶりを見学してきてもらいたい。見て回るうちにこの遊園地にも慣れるだろう。
I'd like you to explore the park and see how everyone does their job. That should help you get used to things.
興味のある仕事場から優先してもらって構わないよ。モチベーションは何よりも大切だからね。
Start your search wherever your interest guides you. We wouldn't want your first day to bore you. I guess they got confused with Kriya being a family name that exists, but I feel like it's even that is pretty outdated, so it's a bit like jarring. Like the other name, like Serge, are a bit outdated. It's like Jacques. And how do I pronounce Serge again? Serge. I can't. It's so hard. At least their actual first names, yeah. I'm Canadian, I don't speak any French and people think I do. I mean, I understand, at least from what I know, there's like a French part of Canada and a non-French-y part, right? Never been to Indonesia. I heard Dutch is spoken there. I have no idea because I went to like this teeny island. And then some people wanted to take a photo of me because like I always say I look a bit funny because I don't quite look Asian and I don't quite look white, so. Oh my god. I was like, oh fine, whatever. So people were taking selfies with me and I was like, what is this? But you're saying it right. You're better now. Yes. It's all that practice on Duolingo. I'll do that and try to stay out of people's hair.
よろしくね。じゃあ俺も出てくるよ。正門でお客さんを出迎えないといけないから。
That's your task for the day. Now, I ought to head out and greet our guests at the gate.
また後で会おう。エマ。まずはレイブを楽しんで。
I'll see you again shortly. Until then, Emma, enjoy what the Rev has to offer. Yeah, there is a Quebec, which is French Canada. We do think their accent is funny. I see. Is it kind of like how English people find American accents funny and American people find English accents funny? I think you look Asian, but yeah, I see it. I look Asian to those who are used to seeing white people, and I look white to those who are used to seeing Asian people. So in Japan, I look really white, but in England, I think I look really Asian. It's really weird. Asian. What even is that? Let's see if Hugo exited the tent, leaving only me and Serge. Okay, where to go? Here we go, got choices now. I don't know who to go for. Which character am I going to go for first? I don't want to go for Hugo first. I think I should leave him last. So it's either the kudere, the tsundere, the bunny, or something else. I don't know. I can relate. Oh, are you Asian as well? Yeah, no, my back has been really annoying since earlier today. I don't know why. I'm just gonna like pick at random. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and whatever happens, happens, okay? Administrative tent. It seems we are going the kudere route. I decided to stay behind and see how Serge did his job. You want to go where Kriya is? Oh. I'll do it in my own playthrough, okay, Lisu? And then I shall report back to you. I'm German, Italian, but sure white. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think we should group together just one category because there's so many different cultures within that category, if you know what I mean. Like, I always find it funny when I meet someone from another European country because our cultures are just so different. Homework, lol. He tapped away at his typewriter in utter silence. There wasn't very much to observe from what I could see. I'll scooch in closer. She's gonna get in his way. Serge suddenly whipped around. His sharp eyes bore into me. May I ask what it is you're doing? Watching how you do your work. I see. Hugo did instruct you to do as much. He let out a small sigh. So what exactly does it entail? Filling out purchase orders. He returned to typing without another word. I had this sneaking suspicion that he wasn't particularly interested in elaborating. I suppose I'll leave him alone and watch quietly. What is it with all the... not that I mind, but I do find it funny how this game has a lot of... you know what I mean? Last time I hurt my back when I drove because I didn't sit correctly, so I was curling onto my seat without realizing I never did the same mistake. Ooh, that sounds uncomfortable.
見学はまだ終わらないのか
Are you done yet? I can see Ray liking this character. Okay, Vince. Well, thank you for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again. See ya. Sorry? It's barely been 2 minutes.
悪いが、私は限界だ。別の場所を見学してくれ。
Forgive me, but I can't take much more of this. If you would kindly take your tour somewhere else. But I...
頼むから出て行ってくれ。
Please, leave. Alright. I departed from the tent at Serge's vehement behest. Never thought Peach has bats. It's like a British castle. Wait, what? Bats? Where to next? Oh, is that the profile picture a bat? Hi Hika, welcome. I got this but haven't gotten far. Yeah, to be honest, we haven't either. We're in chapter 1 at the moment, I think. Where to next? I had been all over, but there were still so many other places to see.
見学は順調かい?
Your tour's going well, I hope? I turned to see Monsieur Hugo. Monsieur, hello. I think I've been about half of the park now.
じゃあ、一息ついたらどうかな。そろそろお昼だからね。
In that case, how about a break? It is about lunchtime. Is it really? Vin's avatar is a baby bat. Oh, I see. I was like, what's this bat talk? All of a sudden, I felt very hungry. Where does everyone normally eat here?
俺たちはスタッフ用の食堂を使うけれど。
Typically an employee's only dining room. A childish smirk spread across his face.
君は屋台で食べたらどうだい？オートマタの仕事ぶりも見学しておかないとね。
But why don't we try one of the stalls today? Our automatons deserve your attention as well. I'm a bit of a furry. Oh my god. Speaking of that, I have recently learned of the Omegaverse and I find it very strange. I'm not gonna lie. Are you sure employees should be eating from them though?
今日は特別だよ。ほら、俺の気が変わらないうちに行っておいで。
Today can be an exception. You better hurry along before my mind changes. I suppose I will. He handed me a meal ticket. I took it over to the stalls. Oh, that smells wonderful. The warm aroma of cinnamon wafting off freshly fried churros made it impossible not to grin. Oh, I love churros. First soda? Wait, what is that? Is that part of it? I sat down on the edge of the fountain and took a satisfyingly crispy bite. So I read, what was it called again? Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And like, there was a scene where they finally, you know, do the deed or whatever. And something very strange happened, is the best way to put it. He's a werewolf and she's a vampire, and it was a bit weird thinking about it. It wasn't written in too descriptive of a way, but it was suggested and I was like, huh? I want churros. I know, right? I can see you being a lynx. What? What's your favorite carnival fair food? I think... Oh, I don't know. I like those fried donut things. They're like the small ones, but they're like fried. Those are good. I sat down on the edge of the fountain and took a satisfyingly crispy bite. The attractions, the performances, and even the food. I've never been to a more perfect amusement park. I was on the job, of course, but I was genuinely having the time of my life too. Everyone gets on with their lives just like the rest of us, and yet they're all trapped. It's so easy to forget. This place feels like a dream. You said werewolf and that's all I needed to know. It was a really fun book, and it wasn't described that, like, to the extent you're freaked out, but it was just sort of like, oh, so that happens. You know what I mean? Omega Verse scares me, not gonna lie. I tried curly crisps on a stick. Oh, I think I've tried those. I think it was in Portobello Market in London. They just had a store there, and it was quite nice actually. Oh, I like me some rain. Clouds began to gather that afternoon. The rain came soon after. Threads like silk poured from the sky without warning. A stir went through the park as people ran for cover from the downpour. Do I? I don't know what people from Kazakhstan look like. Isn't that more like sort of... I don't want to reveal my stupidity, so I'm not going to say any more. I hope it stops soon. I wasn't the only anxious one.
いつ晴れるかな。早くティーカップに乗りたいよ。
When am I going to get to go on the teacups?
雨が止まなかったらもう帰るの？せっかく遊園地に来たのにつまんない。
Are we leaving if it doesn't stop? I don't want to go home yet. I don't know why I'm doing these silly voices recently. I love fried pickles. I've never had fried pickles before. I'm very intrigued now. I read a few fanfics about a cowboy from Asia with European features. I could be wrong. Oh wait, I'm getting the messages confused. I read a few fanfics about Cowboy from Overwatch being an AU where he is a werewolf. Interesting. It's like Asian with European features. I could be wrong. Oh. Kazakh people do look Asian. Also, there are white people living there, so maybe that's why I look that way, because I'm like the mixture of the two. Are we leaving if it doesn't stop? I don't want to go home yet. The children were beginning to get restless. I'd feel so awful for the guests if this goes on all day.
君も雨は退屈かい?
The rain has you feeling down? I quite like it when it rains because I feel like it means I got to see a different version of where I am than the one that's depicted in the photos. No, I'm just worried about the guests.
それなら心配は無用だよ。彼に任せておけばいい。
Ah, well then, be at ease. They're in good hands. Whose? Monsieur Hugo directed me to Serge with his gaze.
遠くの空は晴れている。
The clouds part ahead. I followed his eyes skyward. He was right. The sky was only partly covered, and it seemed clear a little further off. Oh my god, Peachy, when we meet, I'm definitely making you try fried pickles. I would love that. I was so down bad for the cowboy, I read all kinds of fanfics. I mean, ethnicities are more spectrum than what we make them to be. Yeah, that's true. Some people definitely look more one way than another, though. I was studying Turkish people. It's interesting. Ah.
通り雨が去るまで私が対応しよう。
I will take over until the shower passes.
よろしく。期待しているよ、セルジュ。
Please do. I'm counting on you.
ああ、分かっている。
I am aware. Serge slowly and deliberately made his way across the pavilion. In the back was a piano. I'd assumed it was for decoration, but evidently not. After some short preparation, Serge took a seat and placed his hands on the keys. There was a moment of stillness. Do we get a CG? Do we get a CG of him playing the piano? Yes! Yes, we do! Wow. He does look like the type that would play piano. I don't know what it is. A gentle melody began to flow from Serge's fingers. The rain all but vanished thanks to his dulcet tones. Even the children were entranced. They couldn't help but listen. Just like that, the restlessness dissipated. It's beautiful. He plays so gently. I can't believe this is the same Serge I met this morning.
セルジュの担当は経理だけれど、雨の日だけはこうしてパフォーマンスをするんだ。
Serge primarily manages our finances, but he also performs for us on rainy days like this.
素敵な演奏だろ？雨は退屈じゃないと思わせてくれる。
Exquisite, isn't it? Makes you forget all about the rain. You're right. The weather's the last thing on my mind right now. My dog is watching. The Gappamoe. You're so right. AKA an animal version of me. It's a Labrador. Oh, cute. My dog is a miniature American Shepherd. I almost wish it would last longer. Serge played several pieces until the rain had well and truly passed. Each and every tune carried that same gentleness, that same tranquility. It was, in a word, beautiful.
皆さん、ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Thank you for your attention. He bowed as the guests showered him in applause. Oh, God, love an elegant man. Kiki. I thought you were into the himbos. The sky was clear and a perfect rainbow stretched across it.
素敵な演奏をありがとう、セルジュ。
Big girl. Aww. A lovely recital, Serge. Thank you. The director offered his gratitude at once. I should say something too. Well done. That was beautiful. I think I'm gonna go with well done, and I'm still getting used to the what you call it? Yeah, I'm still getting used to the you know what? Do I get to see statuses? Okay, so we are still who is this mint green man? Because his looks has captured my attention. And I see we get to romance the bunny person. When you're in a buffet beauty, you can't be picky. Okay, let's see. No. Config. No, that's not it. Oh, controls. How do we unused? Is there no like quick? Okay. Oh yeah, there is. It seems. Quick save is our stick button. Okay, so that's what we do. Okay, cool. I'll go with that was beautiful. That was beautiful, Serge. Oh yeah, that's a good reaction. He seemed to struggle to speak for a moment. Oh my heart. Oh my heart. I see. He averted his eyes, but I didn't sense any bitterness in his response. So you play every time it rains?
来園者を退屈させるわけにはいかないからな。通り雨で帰られて、売り上げが落ちては困る。
We simply cannot have bored visitors. People would leave and that would damage profits. I remember correctly from Otome Kitten's review, Mint Guy is kind of an hikikomori. Oh my god, cute! He kind of looks it too. His words betrayed just a little of the kindness I'd felt earlier. I'm sure profits are important for finances, but I get the feeling he likes to make people smile too. He can't take compliments, my swooning heart. I know, right? It's the way he was like... You were very good. Everyone was stunned silent.
昔に比べて 腕は落ちたかな。
I was better in the past. He looked down at his right hand. It really was a beautiful performance. And that must mean Serge is a beautiful person. I'd like to think so at least. Confession time. I never use quick save and quick load because I'm not sure how they work. Oh my god. Quick save is just like, you know, it's quickly. I usually quick save before a choice. Play it. If it's the wrong choice, I quick load. That's it. Literally. See you soon, Beach. The dogs are hungry. Okay, Brittany. Well, thank you for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again. See ya. He'd been somewhat standoffish at first, but now I realised he was only like that on the surface. The recital had changed my entire impression of him. I'll be here again tomorrow. Have a good night.
お疲れ様。気をつけて帰ってね。
Likewise, be careful on your way home. I will. I have a co-worker who can't take compliments whatsoever and I keep teasing him about it and his response to fast walk away. That's great. Oh my god. I ducked out of the administrative tent. The sun had set long ago and the stars were twinkling. I made it through my first day. I'd taken a look at everyone's jobs and my magic practice at closing had gone well too. I've got a long way to go, but I think I can say I'm proud of today. And I will be tomorrow too. I muttered to no one in particular. Contrasted against the stillness of the park, my self-encouragement sounded almost enthusiastic. Then I heard footsteps. Oh, I'm guessing judging by the colour, I'm guessing he is the one inside the bunny costume. Same, unless the quick saves work like normal saves or you can see to load back, then I don't use them. Ah, I see. It must be surprisingly common for people not to use it then. I glanced around until I found someone loitering in the distance. Who is that? I didn't recognize him. He looked about my age, maybe younger. He must be an employee I haven't met if he's here after hours. That looks like the Rev's uniform too. Before I could say anything though, the boy walked away. Oh, right, I better get home. I exited through the gate and returned to familiar roads. Somehow though, after a long day of work, they felt almost untrodden. And that ends chapter 1, which means I will be ending this stream here, just purely because it makes more sense. And then I'll probably get on with some writing or recording a mini video, I don't know, doing something. But that was fun. Let me save. Save it here. Okay. But so far, I don't know how I felt about the chapter 1, to be honest. I think it was just so like introducing people and all of that, that if I were playing this game on my own, I may have lost it may have lost me, if that makes sense. That's my honest thoughts. But anyway, yeah, sorry Keiki, with these streams I'm trying to keep them so it's like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, if you know what I mean. What time is it anyway? I should probably go. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. It was lots of fun. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and hopefully I will see you all maybe next week. Bye!